was that you live down in the basement. Look, I want you to try and be positive about this setup. Sam's being very positive, as you no doubt discovered when he gave you a lift.
Yes, well, he offered, but I declined.
What?
Well, I've had a ride in his car once before, if you remember. It's a memory that lingers on in recurrent nightmares.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
How could you refuse his lift like that?
Oh, it wasn't a difficult decision. Call me picky about transport, if you will, but for some reason, a taxi seemed a more attractive proposition than hurtling to oblivion in a lump of metal fatigue with a lunatic at the controls. How about a nice cup of tea?
You're not getting anything until you've apologised to Sam. We're going straight down to the basement, and I'm going to make sure that you do it.
And if I don't, which incidentally I won't,
then you'll find yourself on the next train back to Cheltenham. Do I make myself clear?
Very.
Then you'll apologise. What's the matter, Mummy?
Oh, nothing was the matter, Angela. I've just been stabbed in the back, that's all.
Mummy!
All right, all right. I'll apologise. But I think you should know that I consider a daughter's treachery to be one of the lesser perks of parenthood.
I mean, the real choker was her calling me a ghastly little man. I mean, I'm not even little, am I? Hey? I don't think she's human. Trampling my sensitive feelings underfoot. I mean, how can I deal with a woman like that?
I think a cruise missile might do the trick, Dad.
Sam, Mummy's got something to say to you.
What, you mean there's more? Not sure I'm up to it, Angie.
Apparently, there's a faint possibility that you may have interpreted my manner at the station as being a touch brusque. In which case, one is naturally stricken with an overwhelming sense of regret.
Yeah, well, I must admit, Daff, I did feel a slight sense of rejection. In fact, I remember thinking to myself that I've not seen anything quite so a touch brusque since Hitler invaded Poland. So we're pals now, aren't we? Right, I'll put the kettle on.
Is the bed all right, though, Mummy? Seems the obvious place.
Fine. Yes. And the chair there. And the chest of wardrobe there. Now this wardrobe.
Yes. We weren't sure about that wardrobe. We didn't really know where to put it.
I knew where to put it.
Why did you bring it, Mummy? You don't need 2 wardrobes.
I couldn't bear to part with it. By any standards, it's a handsome piece of furniture. It belongs to an era when craftsmen took a pride in their work. They had this old-fashioned idea that pleasing the customer was a more constructive approach to the working day than downing tools every 5 minutes in order to applaud the rantings of some militant shop steward. They gave their lives for their work, and this is the result.
Makes you wonder why they bothered.
Did you say so?
I agree with you, Daphne. I mean, the quality of furniture's definitely gone down since the abolition of slavery.
This wardrobe has given sterling service to generations of Trenchards. I wanted to keep it in the family, so I'm offering it to you.
Oh,
What can I say, Daph? I mean, I think what we got here is a words fail me situation.
Am I to understand you don't want this wardrobe?
it's not that we're not...
Well, you never had any appreciation for style, did you, Angela? Well, I sincerely hope you're not going to fling this back in my face. It belonged to your great-aunt Kathleen. I know she would have wanted you to have it.
Are you sure, Mummy? Aunt Kathleen and me never really hit it off.
Perhaps she's trying to get her own back, Angie. Come on, tea is served.
Thanks for the tea, Dad.
All right, see ya.
We'll leave you to get settled in now, Mummy.
Must you?
Now, be nice to her, Sam.
Charming is my middle name, Angie. Well, Daff. Alone at last, eh?
I think I should make it very clear at this stage that if you ever look at me like that again, I shall inform the nearest policeman.
What do you fancy for supper, then, eh? Come on, I'm in charge. What's it going to be?
I shall be eating upstairs tonight, tomorrow, and indefinitely.
Well, how about a nice mixed grill? Come on. Look, Angie's going to be very disappointed, you know. She wants you to muck in with me. That's part of the arrangement. And anyway, they're out tonight.
Out?
Yeah, they're showing Little Joel to some friends. They won't be back till late. We got the whole place to ourselves. Oh, come on, try and relax. Look, my intentions are quite honourable, you know. I mean, mixed grill's not rhyming slang for a night of passion. Mind you, play your cards right. How about if I chuck in some mushy peas? I'm off to bed now, Daphne. Night-night. You missed a real gastronomic delight, you know. My mixed grill was a triumph. Well, the kidneys were a bit touch and go, but, you know. Daphne. Is this a social visit?
You've been snoring like a warthog for the last hour and a quarter.
I didn't know I snored. Must have been them dodgy kidneys.
It's got to stop, do you hear? It's got to stop. You remind me of a dog I once had. He snored all night and was a thorough nuisance all day. I think you should know I had him put down. That wardrobe that Angela so churlishly rejected.
Yeah, what about it?
It's yours. We'll carry it in here and put it up against that wall.
A hole for insulation?
Precisely.
Worth a try. Mind you, in a perfect world, you ought to line your room with lead.
In a perfect world, you wouldn't be here.
Morning, Daff. You sleep all right?
Eventually.
So the wardrobe worked, did it?
What, may I ask, is that?
Wasn't it obvious? Don't you know a badger when you see one?
Badger?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a nice present for little Joe, you know, from his granddad. Mind you, I've got to realign one of the limbs, but I'm quite pleased with it on the whole.
Yes. It must have given you a thrilling sense of achievement to have created that. Why didn't you tell me you were slinking off last night?
We thought it best if you plunged in at the deep end. How was it?
Well down to expectations, thank you. Hello, little man. And what have you got to say to your granny, then?
Words out of my mouth, then.
We're out for the day, Mummy.
And I've got some shopping to do for someone. Haven't I?